Welcome. Oh my goodness. Today I'm so excited because I'm here in my gym studio. I got Dana. Where are you sitting?
In my living room.
It's like Better Homes and Garden in your house. And we're going to just bring you a nice coffee talk conversation. Dana, I wanted to reach out to you because I know that you were one of the people that was so skeptical about when we had to move to online classes because of everything that's going on. And you DM'd me a few times like, hey girl, I'm not coming. Hey girl, this ain't for me. Hey girl, I'm dropping out. Hey girl, right?
Yeah.
You totally did. And I was like, no, because you were on a huge roll in studio coming unlimited.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to ask you, because I know there's lots of people out there that are super skeptical about everything, fitness programs, trying stuff, doing new things. Just tell me a little bit about your life, what it looked like before you joined Fit4Females. How'd you feel? What was going on in your head in your whole life?
So, before I started Fit4Females, I tried a lot of different things out there. I had done a lot of different programs, and I had attended a couple other gyms, and they were all great. But the one thing is, I couldn't find something, I guess, that would motivate me to keep going. Something I could really stick to. I've wanted to, get healthier and more fit for a long time. Um, but I was just never able to find something that I really could stick to. And so Fit4Females kind of presented itself through a coworker of mine. And she had done it a couple years ago after she had come off of, while she was on mat leave. And she said, this is great, we should do this. I always like doing things with a buddy. I don't know. I know I can do it on my own, but having that person there, having someone to come with me, motivate me to go, I love that. So she was like, let's go, let's do it. We work side by side. So I was like, okay, let's go. We'll do it after work. We'll go together. It'll be great. And so I ended up, we tried our class, and I absolutely loved it. So I think before Fit4Females, I was really looking for something that I could be motivated enough to go to every single time you had a class. And I guess I just never found something um, before that I could stick to.
So that's amazing. First of all, kudos to your coworker because she's a champ. Because you
Yeah.
need people, you need
Yeah.
accountability to keep you like. I'm the same way. I don't know if everybody thinks you're just motivated because you're a trainer, but for me, I want someone in my studio. I love group fitness. So I want to ask you too. I know that this is a really touchy subject for so many people. Share with me about your anxiety experience that you suffered from, because there's so many women right now. And aside from this, with this COVID-19, what we're going through right now, it's bringing out anxiety in people that never even experienced it in their whole life. What can you share about that personally with you, and how that has affected you and how it's helped you coming to Fit4Females?
Yeah. So growing up, I know my mom was a huge part of my life. She still is. And she was always said, when I had first got diagnosed with anxiety, she had said, working out is great, and staying active, it's good for your mind, it's good for your head, things like that. And so, and I never really believed her. I didn't really want to get off the cut. You're watching TV, or you're doing whatever, you're hanging out with friends, and so when I started working out, I actually realized that she was right. And I didn't necessarily want to admit that, but I never thought that working out and staying active would affect your mental health, and it really does. So before joining Fit4Females, before really joining anything where I was committed to working out, my anxiety was at an all-time high. And once I started working out, being committed to something, really trying and waking up in the morning and doing that for me, working out for me, it in turn, it didn't necessarily help me just physically, but mentally it did a lot. So Fit4Females has done that for me. So it's changed my life completely so far. Just the state of, sorry.
It's hard to talk about it. Like, That's okay.
No, it's been really good though. Working out and Fit for Females specifically has helped me stay on the right track mentally and help me through all this as well, through this social isolation and all that.
It's incredible when I think about you just 3 weeks ago, when, thankfully you and I were able to really communicate through Instagram, and you were able to tell me some personal things about how you were feeling, and I reached out to you. So let's talk about, what would it have been like? Let's just flip the switch for just a moment. What would it have been like if, you texted me on Instagram, you're like, that's it, I'm out, I'm not doing this anymore. Because we had to move from live in studio, which is amazing because we get to be there, high five, share stuff, talk with each other, and accountability. And now we're going online. What would it have been like for you if you had not taken that moment that I know you'll share in a minute about what made you actually just try it? What do you think would have happened to you? You're on this high, you're on this roll, you've been doing our classes since January, you're coming to class, you're feeling good, you're coming with your friend, anxiety is good, you realize your mom was right, you're like, hey, this thing is working and I'm liking this and I'm sticking to it. What do you think you would be going through right now if you didn't say yes to going online and continuing on what you were doing? What would it look like and feel like for you?
So, yeah, you're right. I was very hesitant to start the online classes. I love the in-studio classes. They're amazing. I went to mostly all of them as much as I could. And they're close to home, so that was perfect as well. But I did not want to do online. And when Trina, when you were messaging me, do it, I was like, oh my gosh, this girl, I just have to do one, I guess, just to please her and to see, and then I won't have to do it again, because I hate online. I've tried online. I can't stay motivated to it. I know myself is I need to go out of the house. In the past, I've been like that, where I'm not going to stick to something if it's in my house, because if I'm working out downstairs or in my kitchen or my bedroom, I can just stop whenever, and I don't have to continue doing it. But with Fit for Females online, it's recorded and you're live with your team. So you can't just stop in the middle of it and stop doing it, because Trina's there. All the other trainers are there saying, come on, let's go, let's go. They're motivating you. So which is a good thing. But if I wouldn't have joined and done the first online class, and then I would still be sitting on the couch, probably gaining a lot of weight, continue snacking, being depressed, and my anxiety would be at an all-time high. But after doing that first class, I was really able to see, wow, this is just as great as it is in class. And I'm the biggest skeptic for that. I was the biggest skeptic for that. And after trying the first class, now I know I did 5 in 1 week, and I'm still going strong. So I really enjoyed it.
That's amazing, by the way. 5, yay! I love it too, because here's another thing let's address. So you only came to night classes. Now we've had a big shift. So we run stroller fitness classes as well at Fit for Females, where we specialize in postnatal fitness. So Dana has never been to those classes, and as soon as she signed on to her first one, which I love that you're so honest. You're like, this girl's so annoying. She is messaging me, telling me to just try it. And you know what? I want her to stop messaging me. I'm just going to do one, tell her I hate it, and I'm going to just not do it anymore. Right? Is that accurate?
Yep.
Pretty much. So I got you to come in. I'm like, just try it. Like, totally just try this. And then you're like, okay, I want to sign on to everything. How do I do these stroller class things? And you're like, what's the difference between stroller? It is a tough workout. That is amazing. My abs are sore. So you went from being totally skeptical, only coming to night classes, only online, to being like, I'm going to appease her and shut her up, try one, say I did it, wash my hands, and I'm done, to now being like, okay, so I did 5 classes this week. Can I sign on to stroller? Can I do all these things? You're totally changed. You're completely different than you were just 3 weeks ago.
For sure. Yeah.
Totally accurate, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So share with me, I want to know, what physical, emotional, anything you can think of. What changes in yourself have you noticed since you've been doing this consistently with us? What have you noticed that you want to share with people that maybe you can't measure on a scale on your body? Like, we're not asking for all these before and after photos. Let's talk about the real life things that you notice in yourself that if you didn't have us anymore, we shut our doors and you were like, how has it helped you?
So once when I first was laid off from work, I was really down. I was stressed. My anxiety was kicking back in. And I didn't really know what to do with myself. I'm going to be home all day. I do have a dog, which is great, and he's my company. But how long are we gonna be in this thing? And so I think after starting Fit for Females and the online classes, since I was doing it in class before, it's really helped mostly for me mentally right now. I feel more positive. Like, I'm not necessarily glued to the TV anymore, watching the news, getting depressed after seeing, the rise in numbers, things like that. I've been more focused on working out and my health per se. And it's, again, I know there's changes physically happening because we work out, and we're hitting different muscle groups that maybe we haven't in the past. But for me, mostly it's been my mental health throughout this whole self-isolation and not being able to work. And it's something to wake up in the morning and have something to do. I have to do this at 9:30, or I have this class. It's almost like work. Like, for me, like, growing up, I've always been like, I try and make it like I have to be there. It's like a class. When I was in school, the gym, it's like another class. If I don't go, I'm going to fail. Or it's work. If I don't go, I'm not going to get paid. So that's kind of how I do it. It's a reason to get up, and it's a reason, to get through my day, to look forward to. So I definitely do look forward to doing the classes because they've just been great for me mentally.
Such a difference between accountability of live workouts and just hitting play whenever you want,
Yeah.
right? The
Yeah.
bonus is with us, you can go back and do all of those replays. So when we're on a break, if you really had to miss a class for any reason, but there is no exchange for that live accountability, right?
No, great. They're so fun. You guys make it so fun. You talk to us throughout it. It's not a normal just, where the trainers aren't engaged with us working out. You're looking at us on the screen, making sure we're doing it right. If we have any questions, we can ask. It's honestly, it's just like being in studio, just in the comfort of your own home. So
Thank you for saying that. That's so amazing. We are working really hard to make you guys feel so inclusive, and I appreciate that so much because we want to see you guys. It's such a community for us too. So let's talk about for a moment, how has Fit for Females exceeded? Like, how are we different than all the other things you've tried? I know you've done a whole bunch of things that you shared with us. What's been really different for us? How have we exceeded and got above and beyond for you in this experience to make you want to stay with us?
I think since day one, everyone has been super welcoming. So that's like the number one thing is it's always nerve-wracking trying something new, especially for me when it's like I've tried everything. I can't find something I like. And from the first day and signing up, and yes, I did have my coworker there to help and ease the transition there. Everyone was so welcoming. They, if you had questions, you guys were right there for us, which was great. But I think the biggest difference is just making us feel like you are there for us, that we're all going through this together, especially at this time specifically. I'll just go back to that, is we're not alone in all of this. We're all feeling anxiety. We're all feeling, some depression or some, anxiousness because of what's going on. And you're not acting as if you're above us, or we're all on like the same page, which makes me feel comfortable and want to come back to somewhere where all the women, especially women, because women can be judgmental at times, I think. Anyone can be judgmental, but I think women for sure. And, I've never ever felt that in any of the classes, whether it's in person or online. I've always felt like I can be myself. I don't have to worry, how I look when I'm on camera, like when I'm working out, if, you know, is my hair okay? Like I just never feel judged. So I think that's the biggest thing with you guys is you've made me personally my spin on things more positive and on life right now, and just never made me feel ashamed of who I am and where I'm striving to go to. So
Oh my God, I want to give you like the biggest hug. That is
sorry, it's hard to get my words out.
that's the whole thing right there. Literally, Dana, you just nailed it on the head, because I've been running Fit for Females now for, it'll be 13 years in June. Wow, I just realized. And the number one thing I've always said is this: we ain't got no time for attitude. This is not a mean girls club. This is not you coming in and me like, excuse me, girl. We do not tolerate that. Like, I set the foundation with my business. I don't want any of that. We already feel judged when we come in regardless.
Yeah.
And so the community, I always say to people that give us a call and they're like, I'm really nervous coming in. What can I expect? What do the people look like? These are the things that women think. Am I going to be the fittest? Am I going to be the fattest? These are the things that they tell us. And I always say, you know what? Our team and our group, our members are amazing. They will welcome you like you've been there for 1,000 years. They will welcome you at your bottom, rock bottom, your highest, and make you feel connected. And us as team leaders, we never want to be standing on a podium like, we're better than you. It's never, ever been about that. We always want you to feel like we're one of you. We just have a few more tools under our belt that we can teach you, that we can express to you, that we can send to you for you to improve your life. And then we learn so much from you. So thank you so much for sharing that, because I really think that's what separates us so much from other places. I can honestly say that that has been one of the things that I have worked on so hard, is to create such a good community that you don't feel judged, that you feel like at your lowest point, you can still come into class and say, man, I've had the worst day, and then leave like, I feel amazing.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with that.
So one last question I want to ask you, because you've said so many incredible things that are going to pull on heartstrings. I want to ask you, for the woman out there who is sitting on the couch, who is sitting at home right now thinking, I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't want to do this, I'm depressed, I've got my kids at home, I have no time, I'm doing all these things. Just think about the woman that might feel like you with anxiety. What would you tell them right now, the most important things of why they need to make themselves a priority and do this despite all the things they might be thinking and feeling and all the self-conscious things? What would you say to that woman?
I think the first thing I would say is you have to invest in you. And it's I need to sometimes take my own advice because I don't always do that. But definitely invest in you. Yes, you know, we're not pulling in the same money, I guess, if we're laid off as we were before. But you know, if right now everyone I think goes through, once they get laid off or once they're stopped working, they're they're feeling down, they're feeling blue, they're feeling anxious, and yes, they may have kids at home, or they may have other things, obligations, things like that, but you need to do this for you. And in the end, we don't know how long we're going to be in self-isolation. And your mental health is, if your mental health is bad, your physical health can be affected as well. So I don't think you should, like, working out, maybe you have to get in that mindset where working out is good for you, and how it will not only help you physically but also mentally. And I guess you just have to push everything aside and really think about you instead of everyone else for a change. So I think I would just say you have to try it. Like me, I didn't want to do the online classes, and then I just tried it and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna try it once and then I'll be done. No, it really helped me, and I'm still doing them. And I'm so grateful for Fit4Females. So
I thank you, Dana. Thank you so much for coming on here and just sharing your experience, raw, real, sharing your anxiety, being vulnerable, knowing that what you say will make such an impact for many, many people. Sometimes we just need permission to know it's okay to spend the money on myself. It's okay to spend the time on myself. It's okay for me to be a little selfish, because we feel like it's selfish, right?
yeah.
Sometimes. And so just giving people permission to know, to try it. And I love so much that you were so honest with me, like, get off my back, girl. I just love that because so many people feel that way, right? They're like, you're bullying me in a good way, right? Like,
I honestly, just to be clear, I don't think you were bullying her. I don't think you were annoying, but I just knew, just because other people in my past have, any programs I've done have been, very on top of you and things like that. But again, I think Fit4Females and you specifically have made everyone feel super welcome, and everyone's in this together. And just, it's a very different than anything I've tried before. So.
aw, thank you. I'm so glad you found us. I'm so grateful to the person that brought you to us.
Yes, me too. I love her.
She's amazing. And I know you guys can't come in studio, but you're going to be connecting online. And I love our little after class chats. Like, people hang out, whoever wants to sign off. In fact, last night we had a nice big long chat. It was so much fun, right?
Yeah.
It's so great. So thank you so much, Dana. And to anybody else who literally wants to come, you want to try a class, you can try it free. Come online, just like in studio. And you don't have to listen to Dana and I, just try it out for yourself. You just have to be willing to try and do it. And then in 5 months from now, you'll be sitting in this hot seat with Dana, getting your herded. Look how pretty she looks in self-isolation.
First time in like 2 weeks.
It looks beautiful. And I love it. Before we end, just tell what your mom said this morning when you were talking to her.
I FaceTimed her this morning and she's like, where are you going? And I'm like, Mom, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just being at home, okay? I can't look good just to be at home.
And just to be clear, Dana does not show up like this online to the fitness classes. She just does whatever she wants at home, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, hat or something.
Hat and a water bottle. Okay, I love it. We're going to say bye for now. Thank you so much for tuning in with us, and we'll see you later.